Have you ever imagined living in a place where the land stretches endlessly, the wind whispers ancient stories, and the traditions seem almost from another planet? Mongolia, a country of rolling steppes and nomadic spirit, holds mysteries unlike anywhere else on Earth. Today, you'll uncover 15 strange traditions that shape the daily lives of this wild, untamed nation. Prepare yourself for a breathtaking journey full of wonder, curiosity, and unforgettable surprises. Are you ready to step into the unknown? Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Lucas, and this is Unmasked Planet, where we dive headfirst into the world's most intriguing cultures and places. We're thrilled to have you here, exploring the extraordinary tapestry of human life across our globe. Join our community by subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Let's spread positivity together. Type, "I embrace the wild journey," in the comments to show your spirit of exploration. Mongolia is a land of majestic contrasts. Towering mountains pierce the sky in the west, desert dunes shift continuously, in the Gobi region to the south, and in between lies an endless expanse of windswept grasslands where herds of horses roam free. With its rich cultural heritage and deeply ingrained nomadic traditions, Mongolia captivates travelers who seek something beyond the ordinary. Every aspect of life here feels both timeless and exhilarating, shaped by an environment that's as harsh as it is breathtaking. Historically, the Mongols were known for their ferocious conquests under the legendary Genghis Khan, whose empire spanned a vast portion of the world in the 13th century. Yet, beyond the warrior spirit lies a culture steeped in hospitality, respect for nature, and deep-rooted customs. Even in modern times, many Mongolians hold tight to traditions passed down for generations. The country's population remains relatively small, and large segments still practice nomadic herding, moving seasonally to ensure their animals, primarily goats, sheep, horses, yaks, and camels, have sufficient grazing land. This nomadic culture has influenced countless facets of Mongolian life, from diet to social etiquette to spiritual beliefs. One of the first things travelers notice upon arriving in Mongolia is the sense of sheer space. The horizon feels infinitely far, the sky impossibly vast, and the air crisp and clean. Without skyscrapers or suburban sprawl to crowd the land, nature becomes the ultimate guide and teacher. This environment has sculpted Mongolian culture into a tapestry of survival, resilience, and unyielding respect for the land. When we talk about strange traditions, we're not labeling them as bizarre or odd in a negative sense. Rather, we're highlighting practices that might seem unfamiliar or surprising to those from more urbanized or Western contexts. For Mongolians, these traditions are not only normal, but also vital to preserving their identity and communal bonds. Traditions are the glue that connects them to their ancestors, fosters unity among neighbors, and provides a sense of shared purpose in an ever-changing world. In this video, we'll delve into 15 customs that reveal Mongolia's heart and soul. We'll explore everything from daily habits, like how they greet each other or handle food, to momentous rites of passage that celebrate life's major milestones. You'll learn about epic festivals that attract visitors from around the globe, as well as intimate spiritual practices that connect Mongolians to their beloved land and sky. Along the way, we'll share intriguing anecdotes, historical tidbits, and reflections on how these customs illuminate deeper truths about human nature and survival. Whether you're planning a trip to Mongolia or simply curious about lifestyles off the beaten path, these revelations will spark your imagination and perhaps even transform your perspective on what's truly essential in life. How do people thrive in one of the coldest environments on Earth? What cultural tools have they developed to maintain community bonds in such a sparsely populated country? And why do certain Mongolian rituals focus so intently on harmony with the natural world? Keep these questions in mind as we continue. By the end of this video, you'll understand how these 15 strange traditions forge resilience, invite curiosity, and offer timeless lessons for anyone willing to look beyond the ordinary. We'll also reveal some surprising links between Mongolia and the rest of the world, connections that might reshape your view of global culture. So get comfortable, open your mind, and let's begin this journey through Mongolia's wild and wonderful customs. Let's start with a deeper dive into the stories behind some of the most well-known Mongolian traditions. Each tradition we explore carries a unique narrative that blends history, spirituality, practicality, and even a touch of humor. The eternal blue sky and spiritual connection. In Mongolian culture, the sky is more than just a natural phenomenon. It's Tengri, a divine force that witnesses all. Many ceremonies, whether for blessings, harvest, or celebration, begin with a humble acknowledgement of the eternal blue sky. Offering cups of milk or dairy products to the heavens is a common practice to invite good fortune and nurture a harmonious relationship between humans and nature. Hospitality in the yurt. Step into a traditional Mongolian home, known as a jur, and prepare for an immediate sense of warmth and welcome. Hospitality is a cornerstone of life here. Custom dictates that when a guest enters, they're offered tea or milk tea called sute tsai, and sometimes a plate of dried yogurt or cheese snacks. Refusing this gesture is considered impolite, because in the vast steppes, small acts of kindness can mean the difference between life and death. 3. Whistling indoors is taboo. Curious superstition holds that whistling inside a ger or any indoor space invites malevolent spirits or causes financial misfortune. Mongolians take this belief seriously, particularly in rural regions where traditional customs remain firmly intact. This caution about whistling is steeped in their centuries-long respect for unseen energies that inhabit the natural world. Naadam Festival, more than just sports. Naadam, celebrated each summer, is a grand festival featuring the three manly sports: horse racing, wrestling, and archery. But make no mistake, women and children also play significant roles, especially in horse racing where many jockeys are kids. This event is like a window into Mongolian heritage, combining athletic prowess with spiritual rituals, colorful pageantry, and communal feasting that fosters unity. 5. Breaking the circle of bad fortune. Mongolians believe in protecting themselves from negativity and bad fortune by performing small acts that break the cycle. For example, if you accidentally spill milk or drop food, it's often followed by a quick gesture of scooping it back up or making an offering to the spirits. This conscious effort to maintain harmony extends to all aspects of daily life, reminding people that even minor actions carry spiritual weight. Arag, fermented mare's milk. We can't talk about Mongolian traditions without mentioning arag, a tangy, slightly alcoholic drink made from fermented mare's milk. Consuming arag isn't merely about quenching thirst, it's a ritual that binds people together. Sharing a bowl of arag around a campfire or during celebrations cements friendships and seals important decisions, symbolizing trust and mutual respect. 7. Snuff bottle. Exchange. Another fascinating custom is the exchange of snuff bottles, usually filled with powdered tobacco. When Mongolians meet, especially during formal or festive occasions, they offer these snuff bottles to each other in a ritual that underscores respect and camaraderie. The tradition is loaded with etiquette. You must present and receive the bottle with your right hand, supported by the left, briefly sniff it, then return it the same way. These are only a few snapshots of Mongolia's vibrant cultural tapestry. Each custom weaves together a sense of belonging, spiritual reverence, and unwavering resilience. As we move forward, we'll reveal more traditions. Some will make you laugh, some might leave you puzzled, and all will open a window into Mongolia's soul. Pause for a moment and think, which of these customs resonates with you the most? Does the veneration of the sky intrigue you, or is it the tradition of exchanging snuff bottles that sparks your curiosity? Feel free to reflect on how such rituals might influence your own daily life. Could adopting even a fraction of this deep respect for nature and community shift your mindset? Keep watching as we unravel more about Mongolia's age-old practices. We'll delve into their historical roots and uncover how these customs continue to guide Mongolians in our ever-shifting modern world. By embracing these seemingly strange traditions, you'll discover universal truths about gratitude, solidarity, and living in harmony with the forces that sustain us. Now that we've touched on some of Mongolia's best-known customs, let's venture deeper into practices that rarely make the headlines but are profoundly embedded in the country's cultural identity. These traditions may feel even more unusual to outside observers, but each carries essential lessons about survival, humility, and the spirit of the Mongolian people. The blessing of the Obu. You'll often see piles of stones or rocks topped with blue silk scarves called kadag in the Mongolian countryside. These sacred cairns, known as Obu, are built to honor the spirits of the land. When passing an Obu, Mongolians circle it 3 times clockwise and offer stones, sweets, or other small tokens, praying for protection, luck, and a safe journey. This ritual reaffirms the connection between people and nature, acknowledging unseen energies that guard the sacred spaces of the steppe. Avoid stepping on thresholds among Mongolian families. You'll notice a distinct caution. Never step on the doorstep when entering a gyr. Crossing over the threshold, rather than treading on it, is believed to maintain harmony within the household. Stepping on the threshold could bring discord or misfortune. This subtle action echoes the broader Mongolian ethos that small gestures have significant consequences. 10. Avoid touching. Another person's hats in Mongolia are more than accessories. They denote status, age, and sometimes clan affiliation. Touching another person's hat without permission is seen as disrespectful. In some instances, it's even believed to invite conflict or bad luck. If you ever want to compliment someone's hat, do so verbally and wait for them to offer it to you. Now, child naming rituals to ward off. Evil it might sound astonishing, but Mongolians sometimes give newborns peculiar, even derogatory nicknames to fool malevolent spirits. The belief is that if evil forces think the child is unimportant or undesirable, they'll leave it alone. Later, a proper name is bestowed to mark the child's place in the family and society. Though it may seem unusual, it underscores the protective nature of Mongolian traditions. 12. Aryan Gurvan Naadam. A deeper dive, we already touched on Naadam, but there's an advanced layer to this festival. Each sport has layers of ceremony and belief. The wrestlers wear open-chested outfits to prove they're male. Legend has it, a woman once infiltrated the wrestling matches and won. Archers use whistles on their arrows to produce a haunting sound that resonates across the field. Horse racing includes blessing the horse with spiritual chants, ensuring both rider and steed are guided by ancestral spirits. These details make Naadam more than just a sporting event. It's a sacred homage to Mongolia's warrior lineage. 13. The camel coaxing ritual in remote desert areas. Camels are vital for transportation and survival. Sometimes a female camel might reject her newborn calf. Mongolians have a moving ceremony known as the camel coaxing ritual, involving music played on a horsehead fiddle, morin kur, to help bond the mother camel with her calf. The haunting melody and gentle coaxing can profoundly affect these animals, demonstrating the Mongolian belief in the power of music to heal emotional rifts, both human and animal. As we peel back more layers, we see a recurring pattern. Mongolian traditions are not random or merely aesthetic. They arise from generations of interaction with a challenging environment and are bolstered by an unbreakable spiritual backbone. Each practice, whether it involves music, a custom at the door, or a protective naming strategy, serves a deeper purpose, weaving together the social fabric. Try envisioning how these customs might apply to your own life. Could you incorporate a small ceremony to show gratitude when embarking on a journey or starting a new project? Would you be open to believing in the power of music to soothe conflict, even if it's simply playing a calming tune at home? Up next, we'll explore 2 final traditions that complete our list of 15. Plus, we'll delve into how these collective customs inform modern Mongolian identity. Are these traditions fading in the face of urbanization and technological advances? Or are they finding renewed vigor in a contemporary context? Stay with us as we continue our deep dive into the heart of Mongolia. Before we wrap up our list of 15 strange Mongolian traditions, let's introduce the final 2 customs that round out this fascinating collection. Each reveals a different dimension of how Mongolians engage with life's mysteries, both joyful and sorrowful, and how their cultural rituals unify them in times of celebration or loss. Sky burials, air sacrifice. While more commonly associated with Tibetan Buddhism, certain Mongolian communities historically practiced rituals akin to sky burials. In these ceremonies, the body of the deceased is offered to scavenging birds, symbolizing the return of the soul to nature and the cycle of life. Though not as common in modern Mongolia, the cultural ethos behind it, deep respect for nature's processes, persists in other burial and mourning customs. Many Mongolians today still emphasize returning the body or ashes to the earth in a manner that honors the vast landscapes they call home. Khoomei, throat singing. Finally, we can't omit Khoomei, the mesmerizing throat singing style that allows a single vocalist to produce multiple pitches simultaneously. This tradition, most prevalent in Western Mongolia, resonates with the open plains and mountain valleys echoing the sounds of wind, water, and animal calls. Khoomei is not just about musicality, it's an expression of harmony with the environment and a tangible link to Mongolia's ancestral roots. Having explored 15 unique traditions, from everyday etiquette to extraordinary ceremonies, you can see how Mongolia stands as a testament to the human ability to adapt, thrive, and celebrate life's wonders. But the story doesn't end there. How do these customs and beliefs shape the modern Mongolian psyche, especially in an era of smartphones, social media, and rapid globalization? Contrary to the idea that ancient traditions simply vanish in the face of modernity, many young Mongolians embrace their heritage even as they adapt to city life. In the capital city of Ulaanbaatar, you'll find high-rise buildings, vibrant nightclubs, and tech-savvy professionals. Yet, on weekends and holidays, many families head back to the countryside, reconnecting with their nomadic roots, honoring the obu, and sipping arag under the endless sky. Festivals like Naadam remain major national events, televised across the country, and watched eagerly by citizens who still feel a strong tie to their cultural identity. Mongolia's unique position, culturally tied to both East and Central Asia, and historically linked to Europe through the conquests of the Mongol Empire, places it at a crossroads. This crossroads is not just geographical but also symbolic, bridging age-old customs with contemporary lifestyles. In this blend, traditions are not static relics but living expressions of identity. They serve as anchors, reminding people where they come from, providing a moral and spiritual compass that endures in the face of global change. So how might all of this impact you, sitting in your home, perhaps worlds away from Mongolia's vast steppes? The lesson lies in understanding that every culture carries wisdom embedded in its rituals, no matter how strange they may appear on the surface. From the Mongolian perspective, nature is alive, filled with spiritual and emotional resonance. Gratitude, respect, and communal harmony are not abstract ideals, but daily practices. When faced with life's challenges, a Mongolian might turn to the sky, to music, or to age-old gestures of friendship for solace. As we conclude our exploration of these fascinating customs, take a moment to reflect on your own traditions, whether they're cultural, familial, or personal. Which ones do you cherish? Which ones keep you grounded and connected? If you ever journey to Mongolia, you'll find an open invitation to experience their hospitality firsthand. And if you can't travel that far, remember that each of us, no matter where we are, can learn to honor our surroundings, build stronger communities, and seek harmony with the world around us. In the next section, we'll tie up any remaining questions and deliver a final word on how these 15 traditions shape life in Mongolia today. We'll also offer insights on how you can integrate some of Mongolia's spirit of resilience and reverence into your own life. Don't go anywhere yet. The final act is just ahead, and it's sure to leave you with lasting impressions of this wild and wondrous country. The breathtaking journey through Mongolia's 15 strange yet deeply meaningful traditions has shown us that this country isn't just a place. It's a living tapestry woven from threads of history, mythology, and an unbreakable bond with nature. From the time you step into a gyr and receive that first steaming cup of sute tsai, to the moment you witness the ethereal sound of throat singing echoing across the plains, you're enveloped in a sense of timeless wonder. Mongolia's strangeness lies not in irrational customs, but in practices shaped by an environment that can be both harsh and benevolent, demanding resourcefulness and reverence at every turn. As we close this chapter, let's revisit the core questions we posed at the beginning. How do people thrive in one of the coldest and most rugged environments on Earth? Mongolians survive, and indeed flourish, by developing traditions that honor and placate the forces of nature. Whether it's offering milk to the eternal blue sky or performing the camel coaxing ritual, these acts reinforce the principle that human life is inextricably linked to the well-being of the environment. The acceptance of harsh climates becomes more than just physical endurance. It's spiritual and communal resilience that sees them through. Which cultural tools have they developed to maintain social bonds across vast distances? Hospitality remains paramount. The tradition of welcoming any traveler or neighbor with warm tea and open arms in a GER is more than a gesture. It's a lifeline that ensures no one is left abandoned. Practices like exchanging snuff bottles, respecting each other's hats, or meticulously avoiding stepping on thresholds might seem minor, but each subtle action nurtures mutual respect. In a land of such immense scale, these micro-traditions act like strong threads, keeping communities connected. Why do certain Mongolian rituals focus so intently on harmony with the natural world? The Mongolian worldview perceives nature as a living, spirited entity. The concept of the eternal blue sky, the ceremonies around Obu, and the emphasis on symbolic offerings to land and sky all highlight an awareness that humans are guests on Earth, not its masters. In a place where climatic and geographical extremes are the norm, living in harmony with natural forces is not just a philosophical idea, it's a practical survival strategy. Reflecting on these answers, we find that Mongolia's traditions, no matter how ancient or unusual, are anchored in values that resonate universally: respect for community, humility in the face of nature, and the shared quest for meaning. In a global era often defined by rapid change and technological dominance, Mongolia stands as a powerful reminder that progress need not come at the expense of cultural identity. While smartphones and the internet have indeed found their way into the gears of modern nomads, the essence of hospitality, spirituality, and reverence remains steadfast. Now let's address how you might integrate some of these lessons into your own life, even if you never set foot on the Mongolian steppe. Practice mindful gratitude. Take a cue from the custom of offering milk to the sky. Find small, everyday moments to pause and offer thanks, whether through a brief meditation, a silent nod to the beauty around you, or a shared moment with loved ones over a simple meal. Gratitude anchors you to the present and fosters a deeper appreciation for life's daily gifts. Cultivate community bonds. Emulate Mongolian hospitality by greeting friends and strangers alike with genuine warmth. This doesn't mean you have to host every passerby for a meal, but a small gesture, like sharing a snack at work or simply offering a kind word to someone new, can brighten spirits and create a ripple effect of goodwill. Respect nature's rhythms. Even if you live in a bustling city, find pockets of natural beauty, a local park, a riverbank, or even a small garden. Make it a habit to spend time in these spaces. Notice changes in weather, shifts in the seasons, and let that connection ground you. If possible, reduce waste and adopt eco-friendly habits. When you see your actions as part of a broader natural cycle, you begin to realize how interconnected we all truly are. Honor cultural heritage. Mongolia's traditions have survived centuries of change because they've been actively celebrated, not just remembered. Whether you're Mongolian, Brazilian, American, or from anywhere else, look to your roots. Embrace the stories, rituals, or foods that shaped your ancestors. Keeping cultural traditions alive fosters a sense of belonging that can be deeply comforting and motivating in a world that sometimes feels isolating. Stay curious, stay humble. The idea of labeling these customs as strange highlights how easily we can misunderstand practices that aren't part of our daily experience. By maintaining curiosity and humility, you keep doors open to learning. This approach not only helps you appreciate foreign cultures, but also encourages you to explore the depths of your own beliefs and practices. With our journey through Mongolia's most captivating traditions concluded, now is the perfect moment to carry forward the inspiration you've gained. Maybe you'll find yourself humming a new tune, intrigued by throat singing, or perhaps you'll think twice before casually dismissing a cultural practice that initially seems odd. The world is an open book of human experience, and Mongolia offers some of its most fascinating chapters. Before you go, let me extend a heartfelt invitation. Watch the recommended video on screen to continue this global trek and discover more about the extraordinary ways people live around our planet. Join the conversation by leaving a comment below. I'd love to hear which Mongolian tradition you found the most remarkable and why. Or, if you prefer, share a tradition from your culture that you think others might find surprising or enlightening. Let's spark a dialogue that celebrates our differences and our shared humanity. As we wrap up, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into Unmasked Planet. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe and join our community of open-minded explorers. We're all on this grand adventure together, seeking the stories and customs that remind us of how vast, diverse, and wondrous our world truly is. Now, in the spirit of unity and curiosity, here's one last call to action. Type, "I seek the horizon," in the comments if you're ready to keep exploring the mysteries of our planet. Let's keep that adventurous spark alive. Safe travels, wherever life takes you next. May the eternal blue sky watch over you, just as it does the nomads of Mongolia's endless steppe. And may your journey be filled with the same warmth, resilience, and wonder that defines this magnificent country. Until next time, I'm Lucas from Unmasked Planet. Take care and stay curious.